Hello, everybody. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, and hello, everybody. Finally, we are ready. The main event of the evening. We've got Elendil versus the mighty Aiphaton. Hopefully, the sound is okay now, guys. Absolutely, easy peasy. Streaming from your boy G Fella, killing it in the game. Just so professional. Audio on point from word go. How is it, guys? How is the sound? Are we all okay? Oofman, please let me know what's going on with the sound. Are we good? I hope we are. It looks like we've got a Gondor versus Dwarves. Aiphaton with the Gondor and Elendil with the Dwarves. So Elendil, one of the favourites in this tournament. And he's actually going to go for Elendil here. I personally feel like Elendil's a little bit OP too, but I feel like Elendil is slightly overpowered, I would say. I mean, it always used to be. It's had some changes recently, but for me, like Speedy Dwarves, it's almost like, it's almost OP in itself. To have high power tanky units that are also speedy, it seems a little bit strong to me. However, we'll see how it goes in this game. It might the new Elendil might not be as strong as it used to be. So here we've got Gondor at the top. It looks like he's going for a townhouse. This is interesting. So this is not the usual meta. You don't hear oof man though. We are good. Oof man. So it looks like we're going for a townhouse and a pike to start with. An interesting start from Aiphaton. And he's actually just gone ahead and creeped the wildman over here and not gone for an outside farm. He's going for an inside farm. So an interesting strategy there from Aiphaton. I'm not against it. He's going for early townhouses. Perhaps he's going to go for a tower guard and ranger rush here, because if you did not know, guys, the townhouses, they reduce the elite and the heroic units, and if you get 6 of them, it's minus 30%, and that equals 420 resources per tower guard and per ranger. So they are very powerful units to cost only 420 resources. So it's actually quite a legit strat. And particularly if you combine it with cavalry, because the rangers make cavalry stronger by targeting the pikes, it's actually a really, really good tactic. So, Elendil is going for a more classical start. The usual kind of 4.4.1 meta, I would say, where he's kind of spamming out some swords, and he's capturing the outside farms and doing a little bit of creeping at the same time. So let's see here, because it looks like Aiphaton kind of knows a little bit more about the 4.5 meta, how it currently functions. He's even gone for a tower here, which again, this is really the 4.5 meta, where people like to go for base rushes these days quite a lot. So he's actually going for an early tower. That, to me, suggests like he has trained, and particularly trained on this map, because Brandywine is quite a rushy map. So look, 300 CP here for Elendil. He's getting a pike out. He's getting a second pike out, potentially to creep. Maybe he's worried about early cav, but I kind of doubt that the cav would come this early on in the game. He's looking for something to harass, but he's not finding anything. And that was the reason behind that meme, guys. The meme that started this stream. You can't harass my farms if I don't have any. But look, then he's going to come into the base. And this is what I'm talking about, the 4.5 meta, where he's already got a tower there ready. So Elendil's actually going to lose quite a few of these units. He's actually just going to have to retreat there. Now, it looks like Elendil stole two of that money. I just missed that, but he stole 2 out of the 4 troll money, which is nice. It looks like he's going to get the troll creep himself. He hasn't bought any spell points yet, but he's getting some more up quickly. Now, Elendil with no inside eco. Aiphaton with 3 inside eco, and Elendil now with 4 outside eco. So Elendil slightly ahead on the economy. However, his economy is a little bit more. It's not as secure. It's not as secure as Aiphaton's, because Aiphaton is inside with a tower next to it that is automatically defending it. Elendil kind of just going to sleep over here and not grabbing the gold. Chasing down the units. He's probably preoccupied with micromanaging all these units. And to be honest with you, he's probably sitting there thinking, what the hell kind of noob is this? Where is all of his outside eco? Because for a very long time now in 4.4.1, this was the original meta, to go straight for the barracks, to pump out some swords and pikes, and then to start to harass your enemy. You can't harass your enemy if they've got no farms. So Elendil is probably a little bit confused here about what's going on. He's continuing, though, to grab the outside farms. The only problem with this is, and look at this here, a ranger tent. I personally like this strategy that Aiphaton is going for. I actually really do like the strategy. I think it doesn't work well against all factions, but it could be quite good against dwarves. The idea is to go for cheap rangers and deal a lot of damage with those rangers because they do have a really good killing power. So here he's creeping actually with 2 pikes on the wargs. Potentially don't need to do 2 at the same time. Dwarf units by themselves should be tanky enough to fight these off. He's trying to target the pikes here. However, as long as Aiphaton is attacking these units, him running around trying to target the pikes and not dealing any damage of it by himself, it's not going to be great for Elendil. Now, the first ranger is just about to come out, which is huge. Elendil's committing very hard to this push. The barrage kind of fends off the attack of the ranger tent, which is really, really nice from Aiphaton. Now the rangers are targeting the units themselves. And an unexpected salvo as well on these units, which has damaged them highly. Now, Elendil definitely would have won that there if it was not for the barrage and the rangers coming out. And he's actually fought off that attack. So, Aiphaton currently sitting on 300. Elendil only on 270 here now because these rangers are continuing to kill these units. This one level 3 battalion, nearly level 4, has managed to stay alive. But so is this one over here, this level 3 battalion of pikes. Just the banner carrier is left for both of those battalions. So Elendil's creeped up here. I'm pretty sure that Aiphaton will not be aware that he has creeped up there. Aiphaton's still only sitting on 3 townhouses at the moment, but he's already got his first battalion of rangers out. Now, the issue here is that Aiphaton's army is starting to get quite a lot stronger than Elendil's army. Elendil's got a lot of swords, but these rangers alone, mixing up the army like this, it means that Elendil's army is quite a lot stronger. The only problem here is that, look, the Guardians have the speed boost to try and catch the rangers. However, good micromanagement there from Aiphaton to avoid that. He is suffering some damage from the rangers now, but the rangers are targeting him and they're going to go down. So a good little bit of micromanagement to just pull his rangers back behind his units. Elendil again still trying to charge down these rangers and he's come for a flank on them here. Is Aiphaton going to see that? He is, and he simply just moves away and he lets his swords deal with them. Rangers now sitting in the middle of this clump and they're quite safe. Although it could become a problem here as they're being slightly attacked from both sides. So he's just actually going to have to retreat here to try and keep this battalion alive. A bit of damage done to that battalion, but it's not completely dead. He's not producing a second one at the moment. Elendil is continuing his strategy of grabbing the outside, and he's got a lot of the outside farms, and he's invested that in the inside as well. So it's looking like that strategy isn't doing too badly for him. However, Aiphaton's now going for the stables. Yeah, rangers aren't too bad in melee. They actually get a sword out in their animation as well to kind of show that they're not actually too bad in melee as well. Obviously, they're not amazing, but not too bad. He's going for a cavalry. Now, the only problem I see here is that this is going to be very expensive cavalry. 800 resources it's going to be. Has he got that kind of economy to buy it? Because he's got obviously no outside farms. If you didn't know, guys, the outside farms reduce the cost of cavalry. So the cavalry on the outside, the farms on the outside reduce the cost of cavalry, and the cavalry would be a lot cheaper like that. Aiphaton currently only sits on 220 CP. The dwarves here on 496. However, if he can get 1 battalion of cavalry out, he's going to be doing quite well. But look at his economy here. He's only on 200 resources. He's decided to go for a second ranger. Not the best macro management, I have to say, from Aiphaton here, because he hasn't got the... Aiphaton's army is no way stronger. The title screen, Elendil destroys Aiphaton's army. Yeah. So, he's... yeah, he's not really got the economy for this cavalry yet, I wouldn't say. I would say maybe focus on your rangers first. Maybe get another couple townhouses before you go into this. So look, these rangers here, because they suffered that damage that Elendil dealt to them with the speed boost, they're not really dealing much damage here. However, he's getting a second ranger out, and he's got enough for the rebuild if he needs it. But the infantry of dwarves is just a lot stronger than the infantry of Gondor, and Gondor's actually losing this fight at the moment. Although having said that, the CP is dropping quite heavily here. Because these rangers are now dealing some damage, especially to this battalion over here, he now needs to pull them back. Unexpected salvo on the pikes. Let's have a look at his economy. Is he ever closer to getting this cavalry unit? Not quite yet. These rangers dealing a lot of damage. He's used the rebuild, but it's still gone down to these dwarves. Not really enough eco for the cavalry still. As I suspected, he didn't really have enough there to go for that stables that early. Pulling back a little bit now. I'm not against the overall meta strategy that he's using, but he's not executed it perfectly. But both players on equal amount of CP. The only problem is here, now in comes the speedy dwarves, where they really show their power, because you can't retreat from them. This is why speed is so important in RTS games. Because Aiphaton could save a lot here, although they're kind of just dancing around and not really dealing much damage. Aiphaton could save a lot here by retreating. However, these units are managing to be faster and chase them down and dealing a little bit of damage, but not too much. Every time they're attacking, they're kind of stopping. But they are losing some units in this battalion. Has he kept both of them alive? Let's have a look here. He has kept both of them alive. There's just one guy left in that battalion there who's just about hanging on. If he gets a Brunnen, which he's got, then he's going to be able to actually heal those up, and that damage is actually not significant. In comes the Guardians. However, Elendil is in a really, really strong position now. A super strong position, because look, his inside base eco is now even stronger than Aiphaton's. Okay, and his outside eco is way stronger. He's got almost the entirety of the map here. He's even gone for a hero, and he's gone for Beaufort, who I do believe he's got a knockback. You're going to have to forgive me, guys, because I have got no idea about Ered Lewin. I don't think I've ever played them before. Like, honestly, I don't think I've ever played as Ered Lewin before. So I don't really know what any of their hero abilities are. So you'll just have to forgive me for that. But he's getting out some Ered Lewin heroes. What I do know is that the Ered Lewin heroes are extremely strong, especially Thorin. If he can get Thorin out, it's almost GG, because he's such a tanky hero, and he's got such high damage. He's like a tank and a hero at the same time. Beaufort is good, and you'll see what they can do. I know they're good, that's all I know. I just don't know what they actually do and why they're so good. I know Beaufort's got a knockback, and I know Thorin is just freaking OP, and that Bilbo gives you free money when he gets to level 10, and he's nearly there on level 10 now. I thought that was Denethor for a second. This guy apparently got promoted to the steward of Gondor, and now he's like kind of like reproducing asexually, which is kind of bizarre. They're like a bacteria. Oh my god, this is bizarre. Let's get back to the fight. So here a little nice clump of dwarves, and the thing is, he's got loads of pikes now. So cavalry's not going to be effective. First battalion of cavalry comes out, but how effective is it going to be? He's got one sword unit here that's by itself, but other than that, Elendil is well protected by his pikes. Gondor clump coming in. Now, he does have a lot more swords than Elendil. However, Elendil's got Beaufort here, and he's knocking back, so he's dealing a lot of damage. Rangers coming in to try and help out. The bombardment comes in, which is really, really nice. And well here, I always mess up my bombardment, and I always end up missing all of the units. He's charging in here, but he's got to be careful, because they're on pikes, and they're not weak pikes. They're quite strong, these dwarven pikes. Nice little Gondor clump there, being barraged by its own units, but it doesn't suffer any damage. It only attacks enemy units, this barrage. So in comes the Ranger to try and help out here. But then again, like, he's got the speed boost, so he can just use the speed boost and chase them down, as he has been doing really effectively so far. Cavalry coming in to try and find some kind of place to attack, but there's not that many places to attack. Now, Aiphaton's doing really well here to target the pikes and to try and kill the pikes. This is a really, really strong strategy. All the pikes are nearly down here. Now the cavalry is going to be a lot more effective. That was amazing micromanagement there from Aiphaton. And that is one of the main strengths of going for rangers and cavalry at the same time, is because you can target the pikes with the rangers, and then the cavalry can do the rest. Now, we really need a second battalion. The second battalion is being produced, and it's dealing a lot of damage here. Now, again, the speed boost is being used, but the rangers just cut it down. This little exchange has been really, really good for Aiphaton. Elendil having to retreat his heroes back into the mine here. What might have been a good idea is for the rangers to actually, the sword units to attack the mine first to block off his escape. To try and, as quickly as he could, get rid of that mine so that the heroes couldn't escape. That was a really, really good exchange there for Aiphaton. Elendil going straight for the outpost and getting that extra money. Look at that. It's like troll creep money. It's not insignificant. 1,000 and now 2,000 resources. And quite a bit of that came from Bilbo himself. So interesting game so far. I feel like Aiphaton needs more rangers and he needs more cav. If he gets that, he could actually do really well here. Free money everywhere. Yeah, they're just free money, which is I mean, it's really good for dwarves. So as we go into our usual Edain tactics of sitting by a well, each person get a well and just healing up while nobody really does much, I can have a little look at the chat. I know he got nerfed in the last update. Is this Thorin? I still think Barrage is pretty strong if used correctly. Gondor's clumping is strong enough without it. I think Barrage is strong. It's not strong in that it kills units. It's strong that it knocks back units. And then they can be damaged by the Rangers without being able to escape. So just one battalion of Rangers still, though, which is not bad. Oh, in fact, he's got two, so he's managed to actually fully heal up that second battalion that is kept alive. That's why it's so important to keep your battalions alive, and that's why wells are really, really strong. Trying to do some harassment here. Elendil brings out his pikes. So nice micromanagement of the pikes there to save that farm. Both are currently on level 2. At level 3 he unlocks some more heroes. Bifor and Bombor. Who again, I'm not really sure what they do. Bombor heals enemies. And I guess Bifor just does general stuff like attacking things and stuff like that, I guess. So again, Rangers really need to target these pikes here. And 2 battalions of Rangers, even though he's got 3 battalions. How many battalions has he got here? Yes, 3. I don't want to miscount again like I did last time because I got the absolute piss taken out of me just for miscounting. I was really upset about that, guys. That you just, you know, you're taking advantage of my poor math skills. Ooh, close to charging into pikes there. And look at that ability. Oh, it was just a knockback. I thought it actually killed them all there, but it was just a knockback. Now, again, he's targeting the pikes, which is amazing. Really, really good macro management. He needs some more swords here, I guess, just so that it gives enough the Rangers enough time to be able to target them. Again, in comes the speed boost. He's looking to target these Rangers again. The Rangers can focus it, though, and even the cavalry can come in to try and harass. He's actually trying to pull back and pull away from it. Boromir is out here, which is a nice choice. So have a look at the spell points. So he's gone for the formations of Gondor, which is really nice as well. Now, the thing here is that, obviously... Ooh, watch out for the pikes! Oh, the cavalry. He needs to pull it back straight away here. This could be huge if he loses it. Kept both these battalions alive. Oh, and the knockback again. But not actually killing both of those units that time. But both battalions managed to survive, and he can just heal them back up at the well. So, it looks like Elendil is really far ahead on the economy here. Really, really far ahead on the economy. And he's got Gandalf the Grey, which is going to be huge. That could be enough for the GG right there, I'm being honest with you. Gandalf is so, so strong. Thorin takes damage as well, as far as I know. Yeah, he's a really good tank as well. He's deleted the well now. Gandalf could be enough for GG, guys. I'm going to come out and say it now, because his ability to kill Rangers is really strong. And the Rangers are the main thing that's keeping Aiphaton alive here. Because the Rangers threatening to attack the pikes, and then the cavalry attacking the rest is his main go-to strategy at the moment. I guess he could produce more swords from his barracks, because Elendil's committed a lot to pikes here. But he's got no ranger tent to make any more Rangers. Bilbo coming in to try and do something, I guess. Attack Boromir? I don't feel like that's a good fight for you, Bilbo. Trying to kill these Gondor units. He's going for it, though. Look at him go. Oh, no, he's decided against it, and he's running away. But now he's going to be mercilessly killed by cavalry. Although, here comes Gandalf. So Bilbo goes down, but there's a massive clump here. What's he going to choose to do? He's actually going to choose to target the Rangers. Now, is Gondor going to try and attack him here? He's going to definitely choose to attack the Rangers, I would guess. No, he's actually gone for the units here. What a spell usage there. Now, he's lost a lot there, but I'm not sure if he lost any actual battalions. It might have been better to go for the Rangers there. Although you can't deny that that was a really good use of that spell. Knocked back a lot of units. Boromir's used his Horn of Gondor. Gandalf using a Wizard Blast, but still not killing any of these battalions off. So all the battalions managing to stay alive. The barrage comes in. Cavalry really low on health now, though. And here, Gandalf uses his third ability, which is the Pine Cones. And that does kill a battalion of cavalry. Looking really, really bad now for Gondor. Boromir is going to go down here too as well. He's got the arrows in his chest, which means that he's going to die. He stays alive a little bit if he didn't know right at the end before he dies. And there he goes, just like he does in the movies. He just stays alive for a little bit. This is looking like GG, I do believe now. I think Masscav would be strong here. Yeah, I feel like it was a good idea to go for the early Rangers and transition into Cav, but I don't think he had the economy to do it. And Elendil he didn't do enough damage to Elendil's outside farms. Skill gap you versus me is big, he says. Elendil agrees, apparently. Yeah, I'm not against his meta strategy. However, the micromanagement of Elendil has been better. Although having said that, Aiphaton's micromanagement hasn't been that bad. I think really the problem with Aiphaton here was his macro management and not realizing that he didn't have enough money to make Cav and Rangers at the same time, especially when he had no outside farms when he produced his first cavalry battalion. 800 resources it cost. Even now it's 720 resources. So really, really expensive cavalry. And he's not producing tower guards as well. Like, he's got the townhouses. Although, no, he's only got 2 townhouses and one blacksmith. His base is looking a little bit sorry for itself here. 1 blacksmith and 2 townhouses. Not really getting much of any discount on anything. And he's gone for a marketplace, but I feel like the marketplace is really the wrong decision here. Look at this charge of these dwarves. Like, plus 25% damage and plus 50 speed, and knock back their opponents to the ground. Like, come on, that is so powerful. Every special unit of the dwarves. If you didn't know, guys, you can unlock elite equipment and unlock these elite units of dwarves for every faction. So every faction's got their own elite dwarf unit, and they're all pretty much overpowered. And these guys, again, are really, really strong. Maybe not overpowered, but definitely really, really strong. Especially when you include everything else that Elendil wins against, like their speedy guardians and their very, very strong heroes. So in come the archers again. The only problem here is this infantry is just going to crumble now. It's not going to be enough to be able to tank it. And the charge could be really good on the rangers. And the cavalry is too weak to be able to fight here because of all the pikes. So his infantry is worse. Yes, he's got a mixed army, which Elendil doesn't have. Yes, the rangers actually still doing quite a lot of damage here. Pikes. Ooh, is that a ranged knockback? That is crazy. That is so strong. In comes a mine worker. Nice. Siege updates for the win. Rangers dealing a lot though. Rangers doing the most right here. Cav Battalion is just going to go down though. And we've got an Earthbreaker as well, which is... Oh no, that's not an Earthbreaker, that's a catapult. Targeted it with the Cav though. But, I mean, who needs that when you've got a ranged knockback? And this Cavalry Battalion is going to go down. Beaufort kills it. And the infantry of Gondor's actually done reasonably not too bad. Especially considering that these are elite units here. The Rangers just doing the most. Absolutely killing it. Oof. To the max. But Beaufort here is going to be able to deal a lot of damage to them. He needs to pull away. Again, not a bad exchange there from Gondor, all things considered. But not enough. Not enough to make a comeback, I would say. Let's have a quick look at his spell points. He's got 5 spell points. However, he's not gone down. It's unfortunate that he can't open the spellbook in Observer mode, but he's not gone down the route where he can get the Army of the Dead, or down the route to get Rohan Answers, because this is the central spell. So he still needs another spell that costs at least 6 spell points, and then another 10. So he's about 11 spell points away from getting out Army of the Dead here. So there's no real hope for him at the moment. Mineworkers coming in. Again, these things look powerful. I've never really used them before, but they seem strong. Look at that. Like, it's like a catapult, but stronger, I guess, and more tanky. That's the only way that I can really describe that. Ooh, the range knockback again, and it kills so many rangers, look. Look at that damage from that range knockback from Beaufort. And there's the charge into the rangers that knocks them back. Nice bit of micromanagement there from Elendil. Going up to level 2. The Citadel goes down to these mine workers. Seems really, really strong, that does. Beragont here has come out as well. He's going to die to Beaufort though. And there's the GG. These units are summoned by Beragont. They're quite powerful, but obviously not enough for a comeback. Yeah, nice game. Very, very strong dwarf play there from Elendil. Very solid. Went for the classic strategy of outside farms, and it served him well because he managed to invest that extra money back into the inside and was way ahead on economy. Upkeep equals not possible to code. Yeah, I think that legit could be true. I'm not gonna lie. It was GG from the tower start. I disagree with that actually, because you saw Elendil run in to the base to try and harass. He could have done way more damage than what the tower costs. With upkeep, a comeback would be possible now. No, it wouldn't. People. I don't think people understand upkeep and how it works. Go play Company of Heroes, guys. Who said EL don't have elite cav? Who said Errol Lewin don't have elite cav? I know, their elite cav is their units. That's their elite cav. That's their cavalry. Their sword units are their cavalry. You heard it here first. Right, so let's have a look at the units. Quite even. Elendil ahead most of the time. Right at the end, unit drop off. Structures Elendil. This is the main story of the game, I would say. Elendil constantly ahead on structures, and most of these obviously being economy structures. He just had the better economy. Now, obviously, it's hard to see in the graph because Elendil is a good player. He's got good macro management. He's constantly going to be spending it. You can see some spikes here and a spike right at the end. But you'll see in the final statistic the amount of economy that he was ahead here. So here we can see max income rate 1,400 versus below 900. That is huge, guys. And an extra 12,000 resources overall. This is in a 23-minute game, which is not a long game. To be ahead by 12,000 resources there. I mean, what is that? 5 Thorins? I think. Nearly 5 Thorins. A little bit less. 4 Thorins. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yes, 4 Thorins. 4 Thorins ahead in economy. I mean, that says it all, really. And when you're, I mean, I was gonna say when you're winning the battles as well, but actually I think Gondor was exchanging quite well. So Gondor even probably was winning the battles because he had those ranges, he had that mixed army, but Elendil could just continue to spam because he had such strong economy. Then got the siege and finished it. So really, really good game. Right, let's jump into the next one. I know my math is bad. I can't lie, it is bad. Now it should be Gondor, Elendil versus Rohan, Aiphaton, and it should be a massacre. A massacre for who, though? You don't consider heal regeneration. That is true. That is true. But, so what? Like, Elendil can heal too. He had a well too, so. I think that on a castle map, Aiphaton would have done better. Yeah. His inside eco would have been stronger. He would have been more secure. He would have had more of it, so he would have got more of an income. But if you're going to go for that strategy, you've got to harass. You've got to harass. You can't just let your enemy get outside farms. Like, because then outside farms are just better. Because they are better. They're cheaper, so they're better. But you got to harass. You can't just go for inside and then not harass. That doesn't work. Who won? Elendil won with dwarves against Aiphaton's Gondor. Aiphaton went for an interesting strategy. Went for early rangers. The rangers were actually dealt a lot of damage. They killed a lot. But Elendil got the outside farms. Got more of an economy. Aiphaton didn't harass the outside farms. Elendil invested in inside economy. Elendil was way ahead on economy and basically just spammed swords and pikes and got some heroes and had some good micromanagement and then just managed to finish the game with some siege. Heal equals free money will overcome income. Yeah. Heal, but like I know there's no heal in StarCraft, but like there's heals in Company of Heroes. It's not like healing is the enemy of RTS games. It's not impossible to have a heal and still have a balanced game. I think that on a castle map, Aiphaton would have done better. I've already read that. It doesn't matter if you have 40k and you need to replace a unit and your opponent has 30k but don't need to replace a unit. But the thing with the healing is like, yes, it saves you money, but it takes that battalion out of action, and that battalion still's taking up CP. So it's like you've got a battalion that's taking up CP that's actually doing nothing. You save money, but you lose harassing power and you lose fighting power with that unit because it's not doing anything, it's just healing up. I know I saw the first 5 minutes, but thank you though. Yeah, exactly. First 5 minutes told you it all basically. And yeah, like I said, Aiphaton, I feel like it was his macro management. He couldn't afford to get Cav at that time. It's a good strategy, but I don't think he executed it as well as he could do. 24 people. Nice. Right, so as Spartacus predicted, we're going Gondor versus Rohan. Spartacus, who do you think it's going to be a massacre for? Do you think it's going to be a massacre for Aiphaton? Or do you think it's going to be a massacre for Elendil? Because if it's two equally strong players, I feel like Rohan's really strong against Gondor. Gondor's got counters against Rohan. Primarily rangers and getting some pikes to defend against the cavalry. But I mean, Rohan's just so strong with the cavalry archers. So it looks like Aiphaton's decided to go for Fords of Eisen 1. And, ladies and gentlemen, in the bottom right-hand corner, get that right, fella, come on. We've got, spawning as the blue colours, we've got Rohan. And he's going to go straight for a flour mill. Now, if you don't know, guys, flour mills produce resources, and they can also recruit units at the same time. That's a really big advantage for Rohan, that they produce resources and they can recruit units. So it's like a barracks that's also a farm at the same time. I know most of us probably know that, but just in case there is anybody watching who's not as familiar. So in comes Gondor grabbing some of the outside farms again. So Elendil sticking to his outside farm strategy, which again is the traditional meta. I mean, like, well, I guess the traditional meta was going for 2 inside eco buildings. But, you know, the old 4.4.1 meta, barrack start, outside eco, spam some units, grab the map. That was the general meta that it was towards the end of 4.4.1's life cycle, let's say. So, pikes coming out here from the farm. We've got Aiphaton rushing straight towards the Wildman. To me, it seems like Aiphaton is familiar with the current meta. I'm just not sure how well he can execute it. But this is what a lot of people do these days. They get their starter units, they get their scout, and they go straight for this Wildman pit, and then go on to creep the troll, and then invest that money in the inside eco. The only thing is, he needs to harass if he's going to do this at the same time. Otherwise, it doesn't really work. Because again, outside eco, they're just cheaper. Right, so Elendil's gone for a sword battalion. He's yet to purchase a spell point as usual. I feel like the reason why Elendil does this is just to keep his options open, so that he can still go for any spell point that he needs, and he doesn't really have to commit to anything early on. So it looks like Aiphaton is going to try and creep the troll here, as I suspected. Aiphaton go exile camp and will lose the outpost, and Elendil will win easy. That's my prediction. I think he will fail with horse archers because of micromanagement, potentially. 2 racks can't produce from both. I think he will fail with horse archers. Yeah, maybe if his micromanagement isn't good. His creeping has not been very effective at the moment. He's kind of just running around, nearly getting trampled by a warg as well. Ooh, that was close. He's actually just waited for pikes. Now, unnecessary to wait for pikes there. You can quite easily creep with a scout hero and 2 swords. However, it is quicker to creep with a pike. But then again, you've got to wait for the pikes to come along, so not that much quicker. He's actually fully committing to grabbing this troll over here. So all of his units are going into the troll. Whereas Elendil, on the other hand, is splitting, and he's creeping multiple things at the same time, grabbing lots of outside economy buildings. This is really, really like what was done all the time in the old meta. It's what I did a lot of the time as well. Whereas again, people used to go for inside eco, but then I started building barracks and getting outside farms. I'm not saying it was only me who did it. There was people like the Russian community used to do that a lot as well, like Dimitri and Firefly. And then it kind of overtook the entire community, and it became the main meta. But Aiphaton using the new meta. Again, he's just grabbed the troll here, so he's grabbed all of that money, which is really, really nice. He's now got 1,500 resources, and he's gone straight for an exile camp. Elendil is going to have to retreat here. He has got no pikes in the near vicinity. There's pikes over here. He's got 1 pike unit creeping the troll, so managing to creep the troll with just swords and pikes. You see, you don't even need a scout hero as well. You can just creep it with swords and pikes. Aiphaton continues to creep, which is nice. He's going to be able to get 3 cavalry units out straight away. Now, Spartacus has predicted that he's going to be able to kill this exile camp. I'm not 100% sure that he is going to be able to do it. Bringing the pikes in now. Spell points. He's got 1 here. He could get the Druidane, and that would be a really good defense. The problem here is Aiphaton is not contesting this side of the map. He's not contesting the troll creep. He's not contesting the wildman creep or the war creep. So Elendil's splitting is far superior to Aiphaton's at the moment. Aiphaton just clumping in one place. Although, having said that, not necessarily the worst idea, because he does need to defend this exile camp from Elendil's push. But Elendil just creeping the entire map. If the troll comes back out here, it's actually going to deal a lot of damage to these pikes. Could actually lose these pikes here. The troll on low health, but he could actually lose these pikes. He should be able. He has lost the pikes. The sword units are feared at the same time. In the meantime, he's just lost a whole load of swords on the other side of of the map. I'm just going to focus on this one. We'll come back to the troll in a second. But just lost a whole load of swords to that cavalry trample. Really nice micromanagement there from Aiphaton. Is he going to lose these swords as well? It looks like potentially he is. This is like watching fella creep. That troll, really unfortunate there that the troll came out just before the pit was destroyed. And the troll regains control of his pit. Unfortunately, he didn't get to level 2, so he's not going to be able to heal up. And the cavalry coming in, and Elendil's actually lost a lot of his army. 147 CPs on now. Whereas Aiphaton's in 425. However, Aiphaton won't really know how far ahead he is. He won't realise that Elendil has just lost this troll creep. That's why you need to be over on this side of the map, just to see what's going on. Looks like these swords will be able to kill this troll quite easily. Although they're feared. If they get hit in, they do get hit in, and he's going to be able to get this troll creep now. But if Aiphaton was there, even with one sword battalion, you'd be able to see that. He'd be able to bring his cavalry over, and he could have easily got a troll creep, a troll steal in there. Really, really unfortunate that Aiphaton was not over there to steal that troll creep. Cavalry out now for Elendil. So Elendil going straight into the cavalry, and luckily he's going to be able to get this money and purchase it even more. Straight into the pikes, and the barrage coming off as well. Elendil goes ... Maybe a little bit of lag there was the problem. Targeting the pikes, and the pikes are not going to be able to do well against this infantry clump. He's grabbed this economy now. So 281. What's he used that economy for? Just another cavalry battalion, it looks like. This is where the outside eco is risky, because now that Aiphaton has won that little exchange, his army is vastly superior. Well, not vastly superior, but pretty much better. But don't forget he's got the exile camp as well, which is going to be able to keep producing units out of. Cavalry not in its formation, but it's getting close to pikes there. In comes the cavalry of Rohan, and Rohan can actually just charge into these pikes and basically give zero fucks. He probably needs to charge away from these two pikes at the same time, which he does. But look at all the sword units just die. This is a real big problem. I need to make a Modern Union post about this, because look, the cavalry just charges in through the pikes, doesn't suffer that much damage, but just kills all of the swords, and then the infantry over here can just finish off the rest of the pikes. So it's a real big problem. Out comes the well. The well. This sums up Edain. This is just Edain for you right here. The well, the proxy well. Elendil's going to try and fight it, but Aiphaton can just come back to defend. He's got a battalion of swords here that was just gone to creep the troll. It's on level 4. Could have got a trample in there, but now he's bringing it against the pikes. I mean, having said that, he can still trample them, as we've just seen. He's fighting near the well, but it's not going to be enough. And charging into pikes again. I feel like Gondor's in big trouble here. Charging into pikes, he needs to be careful, but he can just pull back to this well and heal up again. Gondor's infantry is strong, though. It is stronger than peasants. A horn being used here from Rohan. He needs to keep producing more units. Is he going to transition into cavalry archers? He should do, but he hasn't so far. Has he upgraded his exile camp? Not yet. Elendil decided to continue to fight near the well. I feel like Aiphaton needs more. He's bringing more units in here now. Cavalry archers would be great here. It would be so good. A transition into cavalry archers would almost be GG, I feel. If you not stop pressure, yeah, if Rohan can survive this, I feel like he's going to do well. It looks good for Aiphaton, I agree. Charging into pikes again, the cavalry, and the pikes are near wells as well. In come the Druidane. This is massive. The Druidane deal massive amounts of damage. Elendil's going to have to retreat here. Is he going to be able to get this battalion of cavalry? It looks very likely as if he would. This is definitely going to go down here, guys. Definitely that battalion is going to go down. Targeted again by the Druidane, and he's just lost that battalion of cavalry. He's only got one battalion of cavalry left here now. That Druidane is so strong. I feel like after this game, Elendil is just going to have a massive nerf hammer on these Druidane. Druidane super strong. Aiphaton grabbing the upper half of the map here. And this is it. Like, the inside eco is so secure. Elendil got no inside eco. Now that Aiphaton's army is strong, well, now he can start to harass, and he needs to be harassing now. He needs to get rid of these two outside farms, and then Elendil's got 0 eco. He needs to be reasonably quick about it as well, so that he doesn't invest any more. Elendil going for another battalion of cavalry, but it's so expensive, 720 resources. We're almost in exactly the same situation that Aiphaton was in earlier. where he's purchasing cavalry, but can he afford to do it when he's got so little eco? I feel like it would be so good if Aiphaton would just come over here and harass now. You've got the stronger army. You can keep control of the map. You need to go and harass. What's he going to be spending his resources on? Still not going for cavalry, but he saved this slot, I'm guessing, for the stables. Aiphaton looking really strong here, guys. It's looking like it might be 1-1. Elendil is a great player and he's got very good macro management, so maybe he might be able to muster a comeback. But I doubt it when Rohan is so strong in the current meta. Let's have a quick look at the CP. Let's just zoom over to the base. Aiphaton purchasing CP. Elendil also purchasing CP. So both... actually, Aiphaton on 700 and Elendil only on 500. So he's actually CP blocked at the moment as well. Really, really difficult for Elendil. No inside base eco. He's trying to harass. He's gone for an outside farm here. I am not sure. I mean, yes, in the old meta, that's a good idea. That's not a good idea in the new meta, though. Aiphaton's army's strong. You're gonna invest 300 resources in an outside farm when Aiphaton can just harass it because his army is stronger. Not the best decision, IMO, but will Aiphaton be able to capitalize on it? I'm not sure. He is harassing now with a better cavalry. If he can upgrade his exile camp and get out the extra 3 exiles, that's gonna be massive as well. Battle of Spellbooks, potentially. I mean, I'm going to call it that Rohan's got a better spellbook than Gondor. Yes, Gondor get Army of the Dead, and ironically, they get to summon Rohan. But the early game and the mid-game spellbook of Rohan is so powerful. Like the Druidane alone, and also the Haldir summon alone, is so strong that it's just going to force him back into his base. Maybe even Rams, and he is going for Rams. Aiphaton looking to finish it early here. Cavalry getting some kills in on the swords, which Aiphaton really should not be looking to do because this is giving up spell points for him. In he comes with the cavalry that should be able to beat this cavalry over here. He's actually just camping near the gate at the moment. I would say continue to harass. Maybe send a pike unit off to harass. But he's looking to try and end it early with the ram. So looking for the early win over Elendil. Not great micromanagement because he's attacking the farm and attacking the cavalry at the same time, and the cavalry's actually got level 2 there. That's not great for Aiphaton. I feel like he needs more archers though to be able to finish it this early. Is this an overcommitment? He's actually gone for gambling, which I've missed. So that's where all of his economy's gone into. He's gone for a gambling. Aiphaton is brain freezing. Potentially. Cavalry could pick up a really nice kill on the ram here. Potentially Aiphaton brain killing. Gondor coming in to harass the farm. Ram here. Is he going to be able to micromanage the ram? Look at Elendil's base, guys. Look at his base. My God. It does not look good. But the cavalry, he's like he's winning the cavalry battle. Now the exile camp is being upgraded. I feel like even if this ram rush does not work out, he's still doing well. He doesn't need to ram rush. Like he's got the entirety of the map. I feel like grab the map first maybe, but it looks like this ram rush is going to be really effective. Druidane getting ready to come back. He needs another statue though to be able to summon it just outside the base. Some of the cavalry units going down there. I think he's actually lost the cavalry battalion, hasn't he? That's huge. Looking like it could be GG here, guys. Looking like the ram rush is going to be enough because his army is really strong. And don't forget he's got gambling in here. And what's the cavalry going to do versus the pikes of Rohan? And he's losing the cavalry battle as well. Gamling's going to be able to level up and get to level 2. Does he even really need archers at this point? He's going to get the Druidane, potentially get Haldir later on as well, which is going to be massive. I feel like even Gondor's infantry, which it can usually count on in this matchup, is weaker than Rohan's infantry. Now that they've got Gambling, he needs to be careful that he doesn't lose Gambling here though. On half health at the moment. Remember, Rohan get no heal anymore. 403 CP versus 763 CP, although he's going to have to micro this cavalry well because there's lots of pikes nearby. Although Rohan can just YOLO rush into the pikes because remember, 280 resources. The cavalry, don't forget, is actually cheaper than the pikes. Like, it's cheaper than the pikes, guys. So losing a battalion of cavalry. Oh, the rams. Nein, das ist nicht gut. Oh nein, der Rahmen. Das ist sehr schlecht. The Rams go down, but I mean, who cares? The gate's down anyway, and the infantry's really strong. He could actually just rush in here. The statue's ready to be produced. He just needs to grab his infantry, just camp outside here, put the Druidane statue down, and use the assistance of the Druidane. That is the winning strategy here for definite. He's regaining control of the map in the meantime, which is always a nice idea. But he could actually win here. I feel like in his head, Aiphaton's thinking, I've just lost 3 Rams. I'm such an idiot. I'm so bad at this game, but fuck it. You're beating Elendil, one of the best players in the world. Just go in and finish it off. I mean, I guess he could play it safe. There's no problem here with playing it safe and regaining control of the map. He would win like that as well, but like the gate is down. And also, where's the money that Elendil is going to use to rebuild the gate? 1,000 resources! What? What? I did not know it was 1,000 resources. I thought it was 500. It's looking like Elendil's not going to be able to replenish his base. Especially if Aiphaton finally harasses these last 2 farms. He's going in now. 3 battalions of cav out now for Gondor. But look, 6 battalions of cav. 3 of these taking up no CP. 952 resources. Any type of archer here would be amazing for Rohan, although he does not need it in my opinion. He's gone for the YOLO cav. He's gone for the Druidane now. He's summoned them. Gondor has to pull back. Rohan could actually just continue to charge his cavalry into these units here. That would not be a bad idea. Look at the Gondor units go down. The Gondor swords dying despite having pikes near them. Elendil still trying to regain control of the map, thinking that is a comeback mechanic. I highly doubt it. I mean, it's worth a try, but for me, you need to invest in your insight eco. But even if you do that, you're in a really bad situation here. This definitely should be 1-0 for Aiphaton. No doubt about it. I can't see a way, really, in which you could mess this up. I don't want to jinx it, but 2 battalions of cavalry versus 6 battalions of cavalry, and this infantry clump versus this infantry, and this base versus this base. I mean, come on. Going for the walls here. Sending in a few peasants to harass. Aiphaton seems unsure about this push. He shouldn't be, though. Elendil getting ready to use a barrage. When he uses the barrage, he should retreat, I feel. But the war's going to go down. Surely there is no way for Elendil to come back from this. Yeah, no inside base eco. There's the barrage. Pull back from this maybe, although it's not that big of a deal. In this situation that you're in. Here's the YOLO cav now that's going to just charge straight in and give 0 fucks. Losing a lot of it though straight away. Always a good idea to use the YOLO cav in combination with your own cavalry. This is where archers will be so powerful. Cavalry coming in to attack these rams. Are they going to be able to kill the wall before that happens? Bringing in some pikes. Yes, he's probably going to be able to kill these rams, but the wall's probably going to go down and he's going to lose this cavalry to the pikes. He really needs that cavalry if he's going to have any chance of regaining control of the map. Can't really break through here. That's why he's going for the wall. Elendil is going to probably be able to get this ram here. He is before it goes down. However, his cavalry battalion is suffering some damage, but potentially he's not going to lose it here. Elendil saying meh, and he's given the GG. I'm not surprised. In comes loads and loads of cavalry. GG given by Aiphaton. Nice game. It's 1-1 here. Nice game. So, yeah, Rohan really strong. As I suspected. You know, Rohan is strong. Elendil, again, great player, but not sure he used the right strategy there to combat Rohan. Now, it's not easy to combat Rohan. Rohan is super strong. Super duper strong, in fact. But Aiphaton playing well. 1-1, and it's all to play for in the last game, guys. Very nice game, yeah. And congrats to Aiphaton for beating one of the world's best players in Elendil. Can he go for a second? I feel like his meta strategy is pretty good. Elendil's got Isengard here. His last faction is Isengard. What is Aiphaton's last faction? Rohan would have been so nice against Isengard, guys. Enlargers is his last strategy. Is his last faction. Be right back. I'm actually going to join him, guys. I am starving for food. I'm going to join him. Now, I'll stay in the chat for in terms of texting, but I'm just going to go AFK from the mic just for a couple minutes just to get a little bit to eat. Fat fella, I know. Right, we're back at it again. Sound okay, guys? Just double checking. I just scoffed a bag of crisps. I didn't want to eat it in front of the mic. I thought it would sound a bit obnoxious. So, an Isengard versus Imladris. Now, as you may well know, I have got Imladris in the tournament as well, and I think that they're really strong, actually. I really like them. I don't know how Aiphaton is going to play them, though. Maybe he's had a look at my Imladris strategy and used that, although I don't want to flatter myself too much. But it's worked so far for me, and from the meta strategies that I've seen of Aiphaton so far, it seems as if he is going for the very recently newly developed meta strategy of focusing on inside eco before really going for the outside eco. So let's see if he does the same thing. If he does, it's a very, very strong strategy with Imladris. He's gone for Gildor straight off the bat. Let's have a look here. A little bit slow on building his first buildings. He's gone for a Forge Works. Okay. So slightly different to my Imladris build. Isengard here is considered quite a weak faction, I believe. It sound okay, guys? Just to double check. Should be fine, I think. An Auric Pit start here. Now, Aiphaton, if he's got any... Oh, he's switched it up and he's gone straight for the Author Halls. I just missed that. This is similar to my build then. That is really, really nice. Maybe he has been watching me. Who knows? Maybe people pay attention to what fella's doing. I mean, it's unwise, but maybe. So he's gone for a barracks here. Could have gone actually for a stable start, like against an Auric Pit start. I don't know. Jojo, you probably know most about this. How legit is a stable start here in this situation? Because I can only assume, like, okay, scouts. I can only assume maybe Wildman too. I mean, I don't know. He's not going to go for wargs. That's just not really Elendil's style, I don't think. At least he's not going to go for early wargs. Usually Elendil will go for kind of a later cavalry if he has to. Yeah, okay, alright, perfect. Thank you, guys. Why did he go for this map as Eisen? I think he likes this map. I think he's had quite a high win ratio on it in the past. And I'm not sure how, regularly Elendil's been playing Edain. So I'm not sure if he really knows the current matchup balances and map picks for certain factions. I could be wrong on that, but that's what maybe I suspect, and that might potentially that's a reason why he's gone for this map. Now, and like for me personally, I would not have known that this was not a good map for Isengard either. So it's not a criticism of Elendil in any way, just the fact of we've got less time to be playing this game for some of us. So grabbing the money and he's grabbed all of it. That is amazing for Imladris, and a really good idea from Elendil as well to use the hunting arrows to knock them back. That was a really, really good idea for that quick troll steal. However, the creeping of the troll there from Aiphaton is something to behold. I just don't understand it. How do people creep trolls and not lose all of their units? I've never understood that, guys. I've never understood, like, every time I creep a troll, it's like all of my stuff just dies. I just don't get it. Like, why does it keep happening to me? I need to learn how to creep, I think. Maybe I'm going to watch that some videos on it or something like that. So here we go. We've got 3 inside eco buildings, and he's going for the sword spam. Let's have a look at the CP. 190 CP. He was a little bit slow on getting his 2nd battalion out, but... But to counter being slow, that knockback is so powerful, and it's going to be so powerful against Imladris. The only counter to that is Imladris' heal. The warg here could deal some damage to this unit. That's nicht good. Heal just was just used there. He's actually Elendil's actually also creeping over here in the meantime. But let's stay focused on this battle. This is going to be an easy win here for... I mean, he's lost his Gildor, which is not good. He did not need to do that. He could have pulled that back. But that's going to be an easy win for Imladris in terms of the units. And Elendil knows that, and he runs straight away. So 500 resources now, and he's already got a unit in production. He could potentially go for some more CP or go ahead and get another Author's Halls. If you did not know, guys, Author's Halls, they reduced the spellbook powers for Imladris. So Imladris is going to get its spells a lot quicker. Aiphaton here again, a little bit clumpy. using his entire army to harass this goblin pit over here. This has given time for Elendil, and he has gone for early war. So I take it all back. He has gone for early wargs, and I really like this strategy. I think it is good against Imladris to go for some very early cavalry. Combining that with the hunting arrows of the Isengard scouts, and that's going to be a really, really big deal. I do like this style from Elendil so far. And once again, as we can see, he's favouring outside eco. So this strategy is working really, really well for him at the moment. And then again, Aiphaton going for more inside eco before heading out to get his... more inside before going for his outside. So again, Elendil creeping and splitting way more effectively than Aiphaton is doing. However, at this point, now that the cavalry is out, it means that basically, Imladris can't really split. You can't have one battalion. I mean, one warg battalion is not a big deal, but 2 warg battalions, holy guacamole, that is a big deal. If you've got 1 sword and 2 wargs come along to say hello to it, well, it's going to be bye-bye Imladris units. That's just the simple fact of it. He's scouted it and he's getting some pikes out. However, the hunting arrows of the Isengard scouts are going to be very, very effective against these pikes. And I suspect that Elendil's main strategy now will be to spam out some more Isengard scouts. In fact, he's gone for the level 2 upgrade. So before getting inside eco, he's gone for the level 2. And it looks like he's going to perhaps go for some crossbowmen and some Urukai to try and combat these elite Imladris units. But yeah, the problem is 1 battalion of pikes. Nice stroll creeping here again. Like, where his units are alive. This doesn't make sense to me. What's going on? 1 battalion of pikes isn't really going to be enough to defend all of this, I don't think. Now, having said that, 2 battalions of wargs is not going to be enough to defeat all of this. Even if it was just swords here, they should be reasonably fine, as long as it's just the wargs attacking them. Now, if the infantry and the wargs attack together, that's a different story, and that's probably why he needs the pike. But if Elendil was to get more cavalry, as he is, now this 1 pike is looking really, really meager. 420 CP. This time it's Elendil who's got the mixed army, and he's pumped out his first unit of Urukai, gone for the sword unit. In terms of Aiphaton's base, 700 CP, so he's just grabbed his CP upgrade. He's got 4 inside eco buildings. Elendil here creeping the wargs. Only sword units at the moment, no pikes. We've actually got a Dunedain camp here, guys. Interesting strategy. He's gone for the Dunedain camp. So this is like this is similar to the Russian style as well. Like, just outpost rush it. Like, YOLO. Outpost rush. Inside eco as well. And then straight to the outpost rush. Nice. And it's going to be pretty effective. Early wargs ain't that the famous noob fella. That is the famous noob fella. You heard it here first, guys. Finally, somebody recognizes that, you know, I've contributed something to the meta of this game. Believe it, guys. Believe it. Early wargs. I mean, warg rush was what I used to do, and it worked sometimes, but it failed most of the time. But at least I tried it. At least I tried to mix it up a little bit. Again, straight for the watchtower. Nice. Oh, and he's gone for cavalry here. Now, is Elendil gonna he's got his Palantir here, so he should be able to scout it. It's on half recharge, but he's buying pikes just in case, which is always a good idea. Very, very cheap Urukai here. Look at this, 280 280 and 210 and 280 for the archers. That's actually a huge deal, guys, because don't forget, Rivendell swords are 500 resources. Urukai are 210 resources. Now, Urukai are nowhere near half the power of a Imladris sword battalion. They're way more than half the power. So the value inside this is more than what he's actually paying for it. He's gone for industry, which gives 300% income on his farms, which is nice. So Elendil going for the heavy economy here. And again, he's gone for a similar strategy, which has worked amazingly for him so far in these games, where he's gone for the outside eco, and then he's invested that outside eco back into his inside eco. Whereas Aiphaton just sticking to the inside eco at the moment, and then just going for the YOLO outpost with tower, which is nice. Warg defenses are good. He needs Lindens. I agree. He does need Lindens. That is the number one thing that he needs at the moment. Not looking like he's going for it though. One outside farm he's got. Harassing the farm over here. Elendil just deletes it. Getting 150 resources back. Look at the resource income now. Look at the knockback. Exactly as I suspected. The knockback on the pikes. The pikes are now surrounded by swords. The Breeze of Manway comes in to try and disrupt it. But let's just watch the health of these pikes just drop. Okay? So he's being surrounded. He's being slightly targeted. And now he's being significantly targeted. Look at the health just drop. Now he's got no pikes in this clump. In fact, there's one pike being able to survive. In comes the wall to deal some damage to the swords. But again, not enough in my opinion to be able to deal significant damage. Especially now that it's near this tower. And he's gone for the medic tank, which is nice. It's going to be able to allow him to heal up. And he should be able to keep hold of this battalion of pikes, actually. Really unfortunate for Elendil there that he didn't get that battalion, because it will be able to fully replenish on this medic tent. 2 Uruk pits. What? Say what? I've never seen Elendil do this before in my life, I don't think. So switching up a little bit here with his strategies. He looks like he's just going to go for a spam. Maybe thinking like all-out spam versus a outpost, I guess. Maybe he's just ultra going for the CP now that he's got lots of eco, and he just thinks, let me just build a massive army, then maybe cancel it and go upgrades. I mean, it seems legit. Very quickly build the size of your army, then switch into late game upgrades. Potential, could work. Don't know why people don't really go for forges anymore. I mean, I know it's a lot harder to get level 3 on the forges, I guess, and it is safer to go for the for these mine shafts. But it turns out in this game, probably better to go for forges, since though Aiphaton is not really contesting the map. Where's his cav? One battalion of cav coming out now. Although is he CP blocked? He's CP blocked, so we can't get that battalion out. Looking really strong for Elendil here. Coming in to try and attack this outpost. Looks like potentially he'll manage to get it as well. These archers are going to be massive. Cavalry still not being able to come out, and it's so close to being produced, but he's CP blocked. He's got these archers instead, which is not really a good choice in my opinion. However, these archers are going to go down. That means that the cavalry will be able to come out, although it's just produced pikes. So again, the cavalry is still not going to be blocked in terms of CP. I think he is getting a CP upgrade. In fact, he's not getting a CP upgrade, so not very good macro management so far. Down goes the outpost, and this is looking really strong for Elendil now. The outpost is down. He should be able to target these pikes nice and easy with this, with all of these crossbows. 5 battalions of crossbows. Great choice. Really good choice against Imladris. Warg just waiting here. Again, not that many wargs. I would personally prefer more wargs. Even like 4 or 5 battalions would be really nice. He's going to come in and they're still going to be able to trample. However, the trample revenge damage is going to be a lot. Imladris swords turn into fight, but even without the wargs here, it's going to be difficult for Imladris to survive this. No spell points available, all on recharge at the moment. In comes the Imladris cavalry to try and deal some damage to these archers. However, if the archers just target the cavalry now, this cavalry should be able to go down, because Imladris cavalry is really not tanky. And that's exactly what he's doing now. Look at the health of these Imladris cavalry just dropped to these battalions of archers. And down it goes. That's the last battalion of cavalry. Out comes the hobbits. But just at the wrong time, just before all of his units have died. Hobbits would have been nice there. Hobbits potentially could have saved him. He's actually retreating from this, and this one lone guy survives on red health. Doing it. I mean, comebacks? Hashtag comebacks, maybe? Oh no, wargs are going to eat him. Oh gosh, this is horrible. Down he goes. Backflip for the death. Backflip death animation. And me and the idiot fell for it. Fell for what? What did he fall for? The fella strat? Potential. Here's Ugluk coming in. I wonder what he fell for. So yeah, I mean, like, the outside eco just so powerful. Nicely done. GG. 2-1. Dankeschön. Bitteschön. Gigi. Das ist Aiphaton kaputt. And Elendil goes into the next round. So 2-1. That was a perfect trade. 2 Uruk pits is pretty good. Yeah, since you profit from the discount a lot. Yeah, and then you can... Well, you could... Yeah, that's a good idea. You could just replace it with forges once you've got your entire... army. Especially when you consider that you get eco boosts with the forge and the devastation, which can allow you to easily transition into that. That would be a really nice idea, actually. Finally, Aiphaton is trying to contest the map. with this battalion. So potentially the comeback is on here, guys. These enlarged units just going ham. Just going really, really hard on this mineshaft. There is nothing that Elendil can actually do to counter this here. This is looking like GG. Wait, hang on a second. Oh my god. It looks like he's going to go for a base rush, is he? No, he's just having a little walk just to see what's going on. He's just thinking to himself, how am I going to counter these battalions? What am I going to do against this? Outpost up from Elendil. Nice. The outpost rush is real. Ugluk here gaining some levels. Enlarged units trying to get rid of the outpost. This is where like my 4 or 5 battalions of wars could come in and do some real nice damage here. Ugluk gonna suffer a little bit of damage to these swords. Turns out a battalion of swords beats Ugluk, but it does not beat 5 battalions of archers. Priest of Manway coming in, because of course he's going to have to save these sword units if he wants to stay in this game and get that big W. He needs these things to be alive, otherwise it's game over for him. These things not so much, these can die, that's absolutely fine. Just as long as he keeps these guys alive, he's going to be absolutely doing really, really fine here in this game. These 3 guys, the 3 musketeers of Imladris, just absolutely killing it in the game. Just smashing it right now. Just doing it for the team. Can we get a round of applause in the chat for the 3 musketeers of Imladris regaining control of the map, fighting for their lives? Battalion of cavalry out, 2 battalions of cavalry out in fact. So maybe come back. Elendil going for the siege works. Elendil just complete domination over the map. Aiphaton finally getting some outside farms over here. 4 outside farms, but Elendil's army is just so strong now. His economy is so strong. And look, his CP is 1,300 versus 900. Guys, this is what you call GG. This is so GG. And the late game Isengard is really good. I mean, late game Enlargis is decent, but it's not as good as Isengard's late game. For Enlargis, you really need to kill Isengard, you know, really early on if you want to get that big fat W. Gildor's still not being recruited. What a disappointment. Still Steelwork only. I know, right? Please. I think Elendil really needs a steelwork. Otherwise, yeah. If he doesn't get that steelwork out soon, guys, the 3 musketeers are just going to be able to deal so much damage. Elendil continuing to harass, not giving Aiphaton a single chance of the comeback. Got to be careful. Got to be careful here. Eblardis would actually win that little battle, but then there's also this that he needs to worry about. This monstrosity here. Look at that. It's like a sea. Ooh. Look at all those archers. Oh my god. Out comes Tainted Land. Tainted Land is really, really strong now because they're the only faction that get it. Watch these cavalry units just drop. Just watch this now. Targeted by the archers. He's actually targeting the swords here. Into the pikes and down they go. Archers targeted them now. That's it. G to the G. 1,500 resources. Nice heal there from Ugluk. In comes the ram. And the sad face from Aiphaton. And that's it. That's it. GG. Elendil heads to the semi-finals, I want to say. It's not the finals, is it, that he's going to? Just the semi-finals. And who's he going to play in the semi-finals, guys? Exit from the tournament. It's the Exit. For realsies. 12 more spell points. GG. Well played. Nice games. Elendil heading to the semi-finals. Nice. Or is it? What is it, guys? Is it semi-finals or finals that he's into now? Let me have a quick look at the bracket here. Oh, a quick look at the bracket, unless someone could tell me in the chat quickly. Oh, I can't find it. I'm sure someone will tell me in the chat. Right, so in terms of units, look at that. The units of Elendil just way higher, and it was like Aiphaton just got his one amount of units and they just stayed there throughout the whole match. Look at that, and there's drops off when there's fighting going on, but he stayed around the same amount of units for the whole time, whereas Elendil just skyrocketed. Structures quite similar, but Elendil consistently ahead because of that outside economy. Resources, obviously, Elendil super ahead. And the final score there. So let's have a look at the resources. So again, like, look, again, an extra... How much is that? An extra 8,000 resources over a 18-minute game is massive. That's like nearly 3 Saruman's worth of resources that Elendil had over Aiphaton. And this time his army really was better. So he had a better army, and his army was continuing to get better. So really solid victory there for Elendil in the final game. 2-1. It's semi-finals. That was top 8. Okay, so Elendil into the semi-finals. Aiphaton out of the tournament. But what a run he had. And he's got a special place in my heart because he's a fellow Enlarged player. Right, let's see if we can have... Should we have an interview, guys? If we can get in there? Nomi's in there, Aiphaton's in there. Let's just pop in and... They'll be speaking German, but it'll be fine.
Das dritte Spiel jetzt leider, ja, das war so ein bisschen Brain Freeze auch von mir. Also das hätte ich deutlich besser runterspielen können. Da habe ich einfach auch falsch reagiert. Statt diesen Dune da in Vorposten hätte ich da irgendwie anders agieren und reagieren auch sollen. Und naja, dann hat er mich natürlich auch noch schön weggelockt da mit seinen Wagen. Das war natürlich auch super, weil ich natürlich meine gesamte Armee weggeschickt habe, statt einfach nur ein Bataillon. Und naja, so gesehen habe ich mich halt hier schön dann verabschiedet vom Turnier. Verdient auch jetzt. Das letzte Spiel war wirklich ziemlich grottig auch. Und Elendil hat super gespielt. Also ich meine, in allen 3 Spielen hat er super gespielt. Ja,
und jetzt sehe ich gerade, dass der gute Goodfella auch bei uns gerade kurz im Chat ist. Deswegen switche ich mal kurz ins Englische. Goodfella ist ja unser Streamer für die englische Community. Hello Goodfella, how are you doing?
Hello,
is everything okay?
Guten
Abend. Yeah, 3 nice matches. We had 3 nice matches this evening. Did you enjoy it?
Sehr gut.
Do you have any feedback for Aiphaton or any tips or something? Have you also been surprised from the second game that he won against Elendil?
Yeah, I have got some questions. Unfortunately, no more in German because my German. That's
no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good games. Congratulations, Aiphaton, on beating Elendil.
Yeah, thank you. It was more than I ever expected.
You were the first time after the group phase who won a game against Elendil.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
I feel like Rohan is really
to be honest, and to be honest, I really didn't expect it. And well, I did all the only inside eco, no outside eco, because I saw the replays and games of Elendil. And he's so aggressive, he's all over the place all the time. And I know that his multitasking is superior to mine. So the only shot I got at winning a match was like going for inside eco and then grabbing the map control a little later and delayed.
Yeah. So
that I don't lose like 300 resources every time I lose a farm.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that meta at the moment actually. Yeah, I think it came down to the fact that he could split and creep quickly and more efficiently. You kind of tended to stay in one clump, whereas he had, by the time you had gone around and creeped your couple things that you were creeping, he had creeped like 4 or 5 things.
Yeah, so I know, and I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
But that is exactly the point. Since my multitasking is simply not as good as his, if I split, I lose units to him because he's all over the place and he can focus on multiple points at once. Whereas I can't. So basically I'm rather going in one clump that I can micromanage well instead of in 3 clumps that are moderately or even very badly micromanaged, and I keep on losing units because of it. That's why I decided to move more like on one side of the map and focus on my small clump there.
Yeah, it was, well, obviously with Rohan, you played really, really well. I was surprised that you went for the Rams as well.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were in strong enough? Did you feel like you were in strong enough a position to finish it at that point?
Well, I knew if I let it come as far as I did with Halbarat, Elendil would have come back because he's just a way better player.
Yeah.
Okay, then thank you, Goodfella, for the English interview. So, Goodfella is still in the tournament, and his match will be next weekend against Luke. An English match, but because English Luke is No problem. So Luke is not from a native England-speaking country, but he is also doing some streams for the English YouTube channel, the Eden Masters. And yeah, I guess we will see a good match next weekend from you and Luke, or?
Yeah, I actually think that it's hopefully going to be one of the
Yeah.
better matches that we've seen so far, because I know Luke's a really good player.
Mhm.
So it's going to be tough. It's
Yeah.
going to be a tough fight, and I'll just see how
Yeah.
well I can do against him.
Have you already prepared for him, or do you know him a little bit better, or his style of playing? Do you have anything prepared yet, or do you prepare maybe that you play just some games and that's it, or do you have any plans?
To be honest with you, I've been playing Verdane for quite a while now. Only the 4.0 style of Verdane, but I've been playing it for quite a while, and I used to play a lot more regularly. I've since not played it as regularly, so I haven't often played against Luke.
Okay.
When I was playing, I hadn't really heard of him, so he's kind of come. I mean, he was around, but he wasn't kind of up there with the best 1v1 players. Since I've been away, there's been loads of players who have come up and started to become really, really good 1v1 players, like Jojo, Luke, Smig, Gollum, Max Power, Fabian, all these players being really, really good at 1v1. So I am concerned, because I know Luke is one of the better players out of the kind of the newer late 4.1 and 4.5 community. So no, I haven't played regularly against him. In fact, I can't really remember a time when I've actually played a 1v1 against him. But but you know, I'm in it to win it, and I am going to try and beat him as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, okay. Nice. So, if that's okay for you, good fella, I would switch back to German and tell our viewers about the next weekend, about the final and all the stuff. And yeah, please feel free to do the same to your viewers. And
Switching
if
to
that's
German?
okay for
I can't do that.
Huh?
Switching
No,
to
yeah,
German?
okay.
I can't do that.
No. So, I
You
will
can
tell
switch to Latin if you want.
yeah, of course. So we will just quickly switch to German and tell our viewers about the next weekend, and I will also tell you about the next weekend, of course. No problem. So,
okay, and thank you for letting me do the interview. So, my stream. Bonsoir.
Yeah.
Je ne comprends pas. Je suis anglais. Okay, see you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, there we go. A couple dead jokes there from your man G fella. I hope you enjoyed the stream, guys. Leave a like if you can be asked. And I hope to see you again in the next one. Whether you watch my game or whether it be another game that I have the opportunity to stream. I feel like I'm in quite a good position at the moment, because I'm either gonna beat Luke and be in the semi-finals. Beat Luke and be in the finals, or Luke's gonna absolutely crush me and I'm gonna be able to stream the finals. So either way, I'm gonna be happy. Anyway, guys, thank you for being with me. Thank you for joining the stream. I hope you enjoyed. Very nice games, and I'll see you around in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen, adios, bonsoir, je suis good fella. I honestly, I don't even myself, I don't know what that was. Just despicable.